Can you believe that I am actually building the outside for once? I don't know, I was just kind of feeling in the mood, and it's more like a garden, not really all that much landscaping. Anyways, that is not what we're here for today, because today I wanted to tell a story of mine, which I can now kind of laugh about, although not really, but at the moment was really distressing. So, I am babysitting. I've been doing this for, I don't know, maybe 1.5 years for the same family. And this family has two kids. At the time, one of them was 5, and we are gonna call him Peter, just just to get the German across. And the other one was 7, and we're gonna call him Franz. So, those two are pretty addicted to their iPads, and I think that's all you need to know about them. Though the little one is most definitely not as bad as the bigger one. So, that day I came to babysit. It was only for like 2 or 3 hours. So, mind you, this was all happening in like a relatively short time span. So, when I came there, the mother was already pretty mad at Franz because apparently he did something bad. I'm not quite sure what happened. It is already over a year ago. But Franz has obviously been behaving badly that day, or just didn't have a good day, but his mother was pissed. So, she got something sorted out, and I already started babysitting the children. And then the first time, okay, so the kid ran away twice at the same day. The first time the mother was still there, and I was there were some neighbors. The neighbors' kids were also there playing. So from this one house, some neighbors were there, and from the other house, one other kid was there, who was best friends, I think, but they were pretty close. So Franz and this kid were pretty close, and they've been playing together a lot. And Peter has been playing with the others a lot. Now, I started taking care of them, and they weren't really getting along all that well. And I just told them to stop it, or the neighbors could leave because they were already getting a bit violent. And obviously, at that point, you kind of gotta stop it. But Franz wasn't really happy with that. And at the moment, I looked away and he was gone. So I just kind of went looking for him. Obviously, I thought he went inside, and I asked the mother, but she hadn't seen him as well. And the father was, I think, upstairs somewhere, and he did not see him as well. So obviously, we all kind of started looking because he also wasn't really responding to any of our calls. And we found him a bit up the street, and obviously, the parents were fuming. They went upstairs with him. So his bedroom is upstairs, and we were playing in the garden, and I could hear them yell because they were obviously really pissed. But they had to leave, so they just sent his best friend home. And then he joined us again, so Franz joined us again in the garden to play with the other neighbors, and it went well for a bit of time, but then they were all getting pretty violent. Like, they were kicking each other, they were slapping each other, they were hurting each other, they were accusing each other of who did what. And the brothers, I didn't even get them to go a few feet away from them because they were constantly hitting each other. And obviously I said, okay, neighbors, they gotta go home. And I went inside with the kids just so they can chill out a bit. I gave them their iPads so they could all calm down a bit. So like after 20 to 30 minutes, that's usually time I give them to calm down on their iPads. I said something like, yeah, okay, maybe you could just stop now and we could do something together. Play something again, maybe go outside again. I don't know, draw something, play cards. I made a few suggestions, what I always do, because if you give them the iPads, they can stay on it for days. So I always try to encourage them to get off. And the little one, he is always pretty good. Like, wants to play a lot, wants to do a lot of stuff with me. The older one did not want to do anything. He got really pissed when I suggested getting off the iPad. So I tried to convince him a bit more, but there was no use to it. So I just let him a bit more because I knew he was having a shitty day. So I played. No, I think I drew something with him, with Peter. I do that a lot. So after some time, Franz came and said that he was bored. Now, I made a few suggestions, asked him what he wanted to do, but he wanted to do nothing except me watching him play on his iPad. And obviously, first of all, it's super boring for me, and second of all, he was already enough on his iPad. So I kind of tried to convince him to do anything at all, but there was no use. He did not want to do anything. So I suggested going outside again, but he did not want to. So I just kind of gave up and went outside with Peter. And Franz, I don't know what he did, but he did something, probably on his iPad or Switch or PlayStation or a TV. I don't know, they have way too much. So I still check up on him every like 10 to 15 minutes because I am still babysitting him and I have to check if he is alright. So we are playing in the garden and I got to check up on him like I just did a few times before that, and he was in the living room and also not in his room. And I just kind of looked all around the house. And then I had to go to the younger one again because obviously he's younger, he does need more attention. And I still couldn't find Franz. So I just told Peter to come look with me because I did need to find him. Like, I need to know where he is, obviously. I have to take care of him. His parents expect that, and I have to do it. So we are looking everywhere around the house. Obviously, Peter knows a bit better, so he leads me everywhere he could possibly be. But to no avail, we do not find him. So we go up and down the street again, look where we found him before, but he's also not there. We go to the neighbor's house, and at this time we're already looking for like 10 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes, and we cannot find him anywhere. And we go to the neighbor house and ask if he's there, because like he has friends there, but he was not there. So we went to the other neighbor's house, to his best friend with whom he wasn't allowed to play that day as a punishment, but he was also not there. And then his mother came and started looking for us, and then his mother, so the mother of the children I was babysitting, came home, and obviously we told her the situation. We were both very, very stressed because we couldn't find him and we were really worried about him. And his mother called and he came out from like the basement stairs that were outside. And obviously his mother just started yelling at him. And I was just there trying to hold back my tears because I was in so much stress. I was so worried because that's I mean, like, it's a little child who knows where he might be. But we get everything settled and we go inside again. Uh, Franz has to go up to his room, and then the mother talks to me, and at that point I'm really just shaking, and she's trying to calm me down a bit and just told me that I could leave. I don't have to come back, but obviously I did go back. So, I mean, now it's a bit funny. I mean, not that funny of story, but yeah, in that moment it wasn't all that funny. But he thankfully did not do it again afterwards. So I guess that is the luck. Anyways, if you have any of those kind of stories or completely different kind of stories, I would like to make this kind of a series. So if you have any of those stories you could read in a video, let them down in the comments or write me a message on my Insta. I'm gonna blend it in here. So if you want your story to be read out, just write it somewhere I can see it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!